So we've got a great program for you tonight. We have our general announcements. We're going to have a couple of special topics that we will be discussing in our general session. And we have a couple of great breakout sessions planned for you this evening. We've got Mr. Gary Thompson for our Cub leaders. He's going to be sharing with you all the new tools and resources that are available for your packs that are bringing on new den leaders, because as we're all coming into the new scouting year, starting our programs back up, we're going to be having new den leaders that we're going to need to be onboarding. So there's a lot of great resources out there, and Gary's going to help tell you about a lot of them. And for our older unit leaders, we have Mr. Brian Terrell from Troop 242, and he's going to talk to us a little bit about the importance of keeping your scout units youth-led and kind of knowing where that gray area is between maintaining youth leadership, but also keeping your adult mentoring intact there. So some great topics to talk about tonight. Let's go ahead and get to our general announcements. We don't have too much to cover this evening on that, but a few things I do want to touch on. So over the past few months, we've been talking about the Fretwell Award, and that is an award for people in the education profession, whether it be teachers, principals, even custodians, that have really embodied the values of scouting. And I'm happy to report that we have two winners of the Fretwell Award. So please join me in congratulating Adam Young, who works at Adams Middle School in Redondo Beach, and also Brad Cheney, who's helped us here at Roundtable once or twice, from Jefferson Middle School in Torrance for our 2021 Fretwell Awards. So let's give them both a great big round of applause. Congratulations to the both of them. All right, recharter is not coming up, it's here. So hopefully all your units have have designated your recharter rep who's going to be working getting your recharters up and going this year. So hopefully started the process of getting your rosters in order, knowing who you've got, knowing who you don't have, and getting all that prepared and ready to go. We'll be announcing some virtual recharter party dates in the near future. So keep an eye out for those dates, and that'll be your opportunity to meet up and basically cross all the T's and dot all the I's and get your recharters in and submitted. Remember, the need everything submitted by September 30th. That is the date we need all units hopefully um, have everything turned in, fees paid, and ready to go. So, and as always, if you do have any questions or if you're having any trouble at all, please, 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 please contact your unit commissioner. That is why they are there. And they will help you. They'll get you whatever you need to know. COVID protocols reopening, really nothing new to report. You can refer to the Council COVID page if you have any questions or want to know what the latest and greatest is as far as that. But any outstanding announcements right now, nothing to report at this time. We'll get back and cover a few of the upcoming events and dates coming up here in a couple of minutes. The new Guide to Advancement is out, 2021 version of the Guide to Advancement. And your Roundtable Matters, again, you can always download this from the Pacifica District website under the Roundtable section. We do have a link in there, a good article from Brian on Scouting that kind of goes over the main key points that are new in this year's version of the Guide to Advancement. And once we start gathering a little bit more information on that, we'll be probably having some more talks about that in upcoming roundtables. So be on the lookout for that, and we'll talk more about that here in the near future. National Youth Leadership Training. There is another course coming up in the winter time. It's going to be December 26th through January 2nd. We are looking for staff to help run that course. So we're looking not only for adult staff, but we're also looking for youth staff as well to help run that NYLT course. Now, any youth that want to staff that course, the prerequisite for that is any youth has to have already taken NYLT as a participant. If they have done that, then they can join in and help out on staff as well. If you know of any people that are interested, or if you're interested yourself, you can contact our training chair, Casey Jones, or Williams Frank. His name's William. I'm not going to try to pronounce that last name, but anyway, their contact information again is right here in Roundtable Matters, and you can feel free to contact them if you're interested in signing up or if you have any questions. Scout Shop uniform sale is going on, so 25% off uniform bottoms when you purchase a matching top. However, keep in mind though that there is, my understanding is there is a shortage of the olive uniform pants worn by the Scouts BSA. So if you are interested in getting a new uniform for Scouts BSA, might just want to give John a call at the Scout Shop first, just to make sure that he's got what you want in inventory, so you don't wind up wasting a trip down there. So feel free to just give him a call. And again, his info is also right here in Roundtable Matters. We've got some hiking merit badge days coming up for folks that are working on the hiking merit badge. We're going to have 2 events coming up on November 6th and January 8th, and these are going to be great opportunities if your scouts want to get that last big hike in to complete the hiking merit badge. And there's more information, a link to the flyers for that in Roundtable Matters. And if you also have any questions about that, you can contact Sheila Stewart, our activities chairperson. And again, her contact information is also right here in Roundtable Matters. Some other last little notes here. High Adventure Team, I mentioned them last month. Don't forget about them. They're a great source if you're looking for ideas and resources about outdoor activities for your units, as far as hiking, camping, and things like that. They're a tremendous resource. Their websites and Roundtable Matters. Go ahead and check them out, and they can be a great help to you. Let's see, merit badge counselor information. Allison, I see you're on. Do you have anything to report as far as merit badges go, or is it kind of a quiet month?
It's quiet, although as you pointed out, yeah, go to that link in that Brian on Scouting thing for latest updates on badges and changes and stuff, because there's a few get changed every year. Also, merit badge counselors do have to renew, just like any other, they renew as merit badge counselors, just as any other parent adult has to renew as a BSA member. So units can look out for emails coming later in the month about which counsellors want to renew their status and if they want to make any changes to their offerings in the process. And if we, let's see, yeah, so I'll be contacting individual troop contacts, and I'll be sending out email reminders like we did last year. So we'll do digital renewal like we did last year.
Okay, very good.
Thank you very much.
Allison. All right. Okay, moving right along here. Again, if anybody has any great activity ideas that they might want to think about, maybe doing something beyond their unit, beyond their pack and troop, maybe have something that more units around the area can participate in. Sheila, our activities chairperson, is always looking for new ideas for units that can be run and coordinated at a district level. So feel free to contact Sheila. Sheila, I see you're on there. Did you have anything you wanted to add to that, or?
Yes. I just wanted to announce a few hold the dates for some activities that's not on the calendar yet. So we've had some inquiries about our spring camporee. So we are planning on having a spring camporee. So just put on our calendars. Tentative date is April, the weekend of April 23rd, 2022. So put that on your calendar. We also have a tentative date for our road rally, which we're planning a lot of great stops. The road rally is going to include hopefully a stop at a museum or something, a couple of outdoor activities. It's going to include lunch, and the tentative date is December 4th. So we're trying to finalize the stops for that road rally. So we're hoping that you and your families would like to come out and participate with that. And don't forget, we have the hiking merit badge that we have. This merit badge hiking trips are being run by our hiking merit badge counselors. So please put on your calendar, start doing your preliminary hikes, and we will provide the hikes for the, the long ones, the 10-mile hike and the 15-mile hike that you need to do to complete your merit badge. Also, we are planning some cycling merit badge rides, and those will be council-wide. So the current plan is to have these maybe every other month or once a quarter, so that the scouts can complete, the 5-mile, the 10-mile, the 15, the 25, and the 50-mile. So they can actually ride as far as they want to go, and then there'll be a point where they can stop and turn around and go back. So hopefully this will be a continuous event, so that the scouts can earn their cycling merit badge. So those are activities we have planned right now. If you want to help us plan some activities or support some of these activities, please give me a call. If you have an idea for any type of activities, send me an email or give me a call so we can start planning these events and start getting some other things on the calendar. So if you have any questions, please send me an email and let me know.
And Sheila, we do have a question in the chat from Evan as to whether we're planning a fall camporee. So I'll ask you to just say it out loud, but then if you'll also drop it in the chat, I'll remember to put it in Ask Artie next month.
Okay, so fall camporee, we had kind of stopped having a fall camporee the last couple of years because it was poorly attended. And our plan was to have a fall camporee this year, but we couldn't get enough information on all the price changes and everything because of, COVID and rate increases. So we are not having a fall camporee this year. But if the spring camporee is well attended and we do have interest in a fall camporee, we can have a fall camporee. We just want to know if you guys are interested in having one.
You're on mute, Nancy.
Also in the chat, Sheila, is Dave's asking, what's a road rally?
Okay. So a road rally is an event where it's a family or not a patrol, because the patrol would be too big, but a family or a couple of scouts that's in a car. And what we're going to do is come up with a bunch of clues and activities. And it's actually a day in the car to go out and, you drive around the city at different locations. So we may have a riddle or something for a location. You go to that location and you're either going to, take a picture, take a selfie, go do an activity, have lunch or get a snack, or just go somewhere that you may not have known about in the city. And it'll be like several stops. You go around the city within Pacifica District and you'll end at another location. So that's it. You'll get a patch. It's a nice day out for the afternoon. Like I said, you will have lunch. It is going to be kind of like a fundraiser. So we're going to charge something. So we're trying to raise some money for some of the things that we need for the district for the help run some of our activities. So there will be a small lunch, but like I said, you'll get a patch. It includes lunch. You'll go to some places where they have some outdoor activities, a few little museums or a couple of spots that you may not normally be able to have access to. And we're just trying to make it a fun activity. So that's what our road rally is.
All right, very good. So again, yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to Sheila and she can help you out with that. All right, moving back up to some upcoming events, we've got a lot of good training opportunities coming up here in the next couple of months in the August and September timeframe. So we do have our Chartered Organization Summit coming up on August 21st at Cabrillo. And there's links to all the information for all of these events in Roundtable Matters, so you can get more information there. As far as training goes, we also have our Baloo training coming up on August 28th and 29th. Again, that is for Cub Scout leaders. That is your basic adult leader outdoor orientation. So any packs that are going to be planning any outdoor overnights, you need to have at least one Baloo trained leader in attendance for those events. So that course is coming up August 28th and 29th. And another special addition to that weekend is after the second day of the Baloo training, which ends at about noontime on Sunday, we are also going to be offering in-person leader-specific training for Cub Scout leaders. So again, you can while this training is available online, there's also another great aspect to doing it in person. It gives you the opportunity to share more ideas with with your cohorts and with the staff as well. So that's going to be on Sunday, Sunday afternoon at Cabrillo. That will follow the end of the Baru training. And
Jeff,
Nancy,
I
if
got to
those-
just put a, yeah, I'd love to put a plug in for those courses. Friends, I am so grateful I get to be the course director for both of those courses. We have an absolute dream team who is delivering that program. So maybe you have Cub leaders who, haven't had training in a while and would like to brush up, or any of that kind of stuff. Please, 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 whether they're in our district or not, whether they're in our council or not, please send them to us. Right now, the course, we have 24 slots in each course. Right now, both courses are woefully undersubscribed. I have about a handful of people done registered for Blue and about 2 people for position specific. So this is a fantastic opportunity to talk to fellow Scouters, to our enthusiastic and super knowledgeable in-person staff. So please encourage your parents, somebody who might potentially be a future pack leader someday. Please encourage them to come, because this is a really great opportunity.
Right. And for the adult leaders specific training, that is available for Cub Masters, for Den leaders, and also for committee members. So we'll have a main session for everybody, and then the second part of that course will kind of break out into the Cub Masters, the Den leaders, and the committee members, and we can do more in-depth specific training to those levels. So please check it out, refer your friends, because every Scout deserves a trained leader. More training coming up. We've got some backpack training coming up on September 10th through the 12th at Cabrillo. It's going to be adult leader backpack training. And on September, where was that? September 18th, there's going to be Lead Scout backpack training, and that's going to be happening at Cushman Watts Center. Some more fun events coming up. We have the Old West Fest for Cubs and Scouts. Nancy, do you know more about that? I'm not exactly familiar with that event.
That's a new event. So, and we have a really great camp ambassador for Firestone. His name is, oh gosh, I just sent it to John. His name, I think, is Mark. I mix up, there's 2 Marks in the camping department. So hang on, let me get there.
Yeah, Mark Lopez.
Thank you, Mark. So, and a matter of fact, I just see that Gary in the chat said that we have not added Boo Fest and Pumpkin Smash to the council calendar yet. It is in our program guide. I have confirmed with Mark that both of those are occurring. So, Mark, I'm going to drop the Firestone page, a link to the Firestone website into the chat here. Feel free to reach out to Mark Lopez, but I'm also going to send him a little note like, hey, Pacifica Scouters are super excited about this. Let's get those loaded. So just looking at the flyer for the Old West Fest, looks like a lot of fun. So if you're looking for something to do that weekend, that would be a great opportunity.
All right, fantastic. And September 18th, we have Operation On Target. So I don't think Richard Fowle joined us this evening, but for those of you not familiar, very cool activity where groups can communicate to each other from many, many, many miles away using signal mirrors. So it's a really cool event, and there's a flyer for it in Roundtable Matters. And if you're interested in that, definitely check that out. For our older unit leaders, for our Scouts BSA leaders, we are going to have an IOLS, or Introduction to Outdoor Leadership Skills course, on September 18th and 19th. And that is a position requirement for any Scoutmasters or Assistant Scoutmasters. So we talked about the outdoor training for Cub Scout leaders. This is the equivalent for Scouts BSA leaders. So coming up September 18th through the 19th. And then, again, as I mentioned earlier, November 6th and 8th are those hiking merit badge days that Sheila was telling you about. Also, if anybody's interested in staffing that winter NYLT course, the first staff development day is going to be September 11th. And I believe that is going to be at Cabrillo from 10 to 2. So there you go. That takes care of our general announcements. Now, last month, we talked a little bit about popcorn. So we had guests from council joining us. And we also were hoping to have Jeff Stiglitz talk about the cool features of the phone app for popcorn. Unfortunately, last month he had to work a little bit late, but this month we are fortunate enough to have him join us. So I was going to give him a few minutes and let him show you guys a little bit more about the Trails End app. So Jeff Stiglitz, over to you.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. I hope you can see my screen.
We can.
Can you guys see it? Okay, great. So for a long time, I've had this dream about scouting fundraising, that it would be somehow mobile enabled and little Johnny could just grab mom's phone and send a message to all the friends saying, please support me for summer camp. And it would be really easy to do, much easier than standing out in front of a store or going door to door. And I think that we're just about there with this app. I heard about the popcorn sale and I wanted to see what it was like. And I actually, with my son's assistance, I actually sold some popcorn via this app on the first day. So I wanted to take you through what my experience was. I captured the screens. And so the first thing I did is I went to the App Store on my iPhone and I typed Trails End, and what do you know, there's a Trails End app. So I installed it, and this is the first thing I saw. And I didn't have an account, so I clicked on register. And it asked me, well, are you registering as a parent or a scout? So I thought, I'm registering as a parent. How many scouts do you have? One. Typed in the parent information and my phone number and everything, and the scouts information, and picked out a username and a password, all pretty easy, pretty standard. And then it wanted me to select the district and the unit. Easy enough. There were all drop-down boxes there. And that way, all the appropriate organizations get credit. And here's where we get the dangerous part. The application wanted to look at the contact list. And I said, okay, because that's exactly what I wanted it to do. I wanted to send messages out to my entire contact list and ask them to buy popcorn. So it gave me a little messaging saying, yes, you can share fundraising messages with everyone. It's easier, auto share. And so it comes up with this dashboard. Now at this point, I haven't sold anything yet. And so it tells me that I haven't sold anything online. I haven't put up a little storefront. So I just clicked on through that, and you can set up a little web page. So little Johnny will have his own little web page off the Trails End site that he could send people to. And that will be a storefront with his picture and his sales pitch on it. And then when they add things to their shopping cart from that web page, then it all gets credited to Johnny. So I did that. I wanted to order something online, and I picked some stuff, the Campfire Blend coffee, the Let's Go Camping bundle. Look at this, very, very price effective there, $174 of popcorn. And sent it to my wife, hit the checkout button, and here we go. And then what it said is, well, here's where it got a little bit weird. It was wondering if I had one of these Square credit card readers, which I don't. And so I said no. Then it said, type your credit card number in, which I did. And then boom, now my dashboard has $174 in sales that were made online. And I could see this order that, who made it. So this is the kind of the dashboard. I can see, oh yeah, my wife bought some popcorn. And then I can also share my page. I can say start auto share. And what'll happen is it'll send messages to everyone in the contact list, or unless I tell them not to, and they'll get a message like this. They'll get a little link saying raise more, scout more, and this is to my personal page. And then I can have this message that goes out. I say, send me to camp, or hi, this is cousin Ben, please send me to camp. And when they can also get, I think this is an email. It shows you when you go to this on your phone. If I were to click on that link you saw on this page, I'm on my phone, I hit that link, this is what I would see. Shows a picture of Benjamin there. It says who you're supporting and Troop 128 and what you can buy. And then the email that goes out to the contacts. Can I count on your support? The email looks like this, very fancy, huh? If you've got an email like this, the message is kind of ghost written by Benjamin. And then when you click on this, visit my popcorn store. But before I go there, I'll scroll down. This is why you want to buy popcorn. develop ethics, learn people skills. But anyways, I click on that link, and then here's Ben's website. On that email, if I clicked on the link, I get this website. Once again, there's a picture of Ben and how your support helps. Ben wrote this, and then here's everything you can buy. So all pretty easy. And when someone buys, or as people start to buy things from you, you'll get little messages on your phone. For instance, there's a weekly challenge. You'll get extra bonus points for people that buy. And so these little notification messages will pop up on your phone if someone buys something, or if they have a special campaign going. You also get these notifications about the challenges, where you are in terms of the unit. I was #1 in my unit selling popcorn that week. #3 in the council. I guess we need to get going on popcorn. And that's it. So it's pretty easy to use the popcorn app. If you thought that it'd be too difficult to sell popcorn, as I did for a long time, I installed this app, and I became the #1 popcorn seller in my unit without doing much at all. And it was pretty easy. And when I was fooling around with this app, I actually ended up sending a message to all of my friends saying, please buy popcorn for Ben. And people bought some. I'm on sale #4 without even trying too hard, because they got that message and clicked on the link and decided to buy popcorn or beef jerky or whatever they did. And so if you are troubled by standing in front of a store or buying a lot of inventory, this app will allow your unit to sell popcorn with a site that's branded to each kid, and it comes in the mail in a few days, and it's the same fair to Midland popcorn that we've all come to love. And that's the end of my show.
All right. Thank you very much, Jeff. Appreciate that. So you can probably stop sharing your screen there.
Okay.
There we go. All right. Back to the peanut gallery here. So, all right. Very good. So, hey, Nancy, did you want to go real quick through our Ask Artie questions?
Sure, and we've got a couple of questions in the chat that I just want to go through real quick. So Steve was asking about what the qualifications are for that lead scout for the hat backpack training for the scouts, and that's all in the flyer. So, and it's kind of long, so I didn't copy it. But if you guys can't get the link from clicking the link in our Roundtable Matters, let me know. I'll email you a link. Let's see, Gary. Yep, we're going to contact Firestone for that. Skipper Tim from Ship 1992 has dropped in the Festival of Sail flyer that's happening the first weekend of September. Our Sea Scouts are going to be really active at Fleet Week, so I encourage you to take a look at that flyer. Come down to Fleet Week, and I think Skipper, I think there's even an opportunity for youth to take a free educational sail. So again, if there's please share that with your unit families if you see appropriate. Let's see, and then let's see. So Brian was asking, does it have to be a unit fundraiser, or can an individual? Jeff answers, I think it goes to the, yes, that's correct. But I think, Brian, if I understand what you're asking, if you're asking, hey, if the whole unit doesn't want to participate, we don't have a unit popcorn share, but I'd still like to participate in this fundraiser. I do believe there is a way to sign up separately. And if we're not sure, Jeff, I think we can connect Brian to, it's either Cicely or Imelda. Let's see, Hannibal, are you on the line? Who's our council popcorn coordinator this year?
You can send them to either Gina or Imelda. And actually, since Gina came to Roundtable, I send them to Gina.
Awesome. So yeah, so
here with
Gina,
us last month.
yeah, so if you guys can, Hannibal, if you can drop that note in the chat, that would be super helpful. Okay, so I know we're kind of running out of time, and we've got some great breakouts scheduled for you. So I want to just go through some of our Ask Artie questions from last month and the whole month. So many of our PACs ordered recruiting materials from the council's online website. Fantastic. And y'all were asking, how are we going to get those to you? So when those come in, we're going to make arrangements with you, whether it's a pickup or drop off. If we're able to have our in-person roundtable next month and the timing's right, we may just say, hey, come on down to the Elks Club. Otherwise, we'll arrange to get those to you either from a pickup or drop off. Can we serve communal food? So please take a look at that current guidance from July in the Ask Artie. And if you have further questions, let us know. It's kind of a strong, definite maybe. Let's see, if you collected COVID forms earlier this year, you only need to keep those for 90 days before destroying them. Let's see, we've already talked about, last month, we talked about how to carry medical records on a long-term hike. So there was some great suggestions there. A great question about, particularly now that we are growing, and there's so much interest with particularly Cub Scout age families with joining a pack. If you are currently a boy pack and you want to add girls, there's some information there on how to become a family pack. But still a couple of cautions. Remember, once you have boys and girls at the same scout activity, you need to have registered female leaders to supervise that activity. Troops, remember, we don't have co-ed troops in BSA. There are boy troops and girl troops. But if your chartered org is interested in starting a girl troop and you have 5 girls who are interested, please talk to Hannibal or I, and we will help you get that new unit started. We continue, I just reran the information on who to contact about getting camping reservations at Cabrillo and Firestone, and how to get a certificate of insurance, because I know many of you are talking to your schools, and should we be able to get access back to schools, many of the school districts are asking for a COI, so there's information there. Keep those questions coming. Again, put your questions in the chat, email me, and I'll compile all the answers I can and get them to you next month.
All right, thank you, Nancy. And real quick, we just had one last little topic we wanted to talk about with you before we jump into the breakout rooms. And that is, since recruiting season is going to be coming up, and hopefully everybody's thinking about activities and plans to get the recruitment going, the National Scouting website has some great resources for recruitment. If you go to scouting.org/recruitment, there's some great ideas there and some great materials. And in addition, they also have archived all the previous webinars that that National has been putting out regarding effective recruiting strategies. And Nancy and I just wanted to kind of cherry pick out one item that we thought was pretty cool that we wanted to talk to y'all about tonight. And when you're planning these events to invite new prospective members into your units, especially if these people are brand new to scouting, sometimes you see it, this brand new family comes in, they see everybody in their cool uniforms and they're doing all these funky hand signal things. Can be a little bit overwhelming to some new folks, but what they suggest is something that they call NFAs, not to be confused with the NSA or the NRA or even the NBA. These are NFAs, normal friend activities. So what are these? These are things like movie night, picnic, cookout, game night, some sort of activity that is more based on just everybody getting together and just having fun. Well, it's great to see all the great things that Scouting has to offer. Another great thing that Scouting has to offer too is just the opportunity for people to get together and be friends. On the pack that I was part of for many, many years, one of the greatest things about that pack that my wife and I will both attest to is that we were all just really great friends. And that is another great draw to Scouting that you shouldn't overlook when you're trying to give your recruiting pitch out to new families. And this is a great way to do that. Just, something easy, no pressure, just a bunch of people getting together and having some fun. So Nancy, do you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, so this new term for us was suggested by one of our councils in North Carolina. They've used it super successfully. And for all those reasons we have listed on the slide, and again, we'll post this slide on our roundtable page. But what interests me is it's also very effective for older scout units, right? Traditionally, Cub packs have really good success recruiting through schools, and our troops, ships, and crews normally don't have that opportunity. This model in the particular council that has introduced it to us has been super successful with middle schoolers, right? Because first of all, middle school girls, well, they just like to hang out. And middle school boys, if you have a fun activity, like to hang out. So we're using that marketing concept of it may take 7 touches to introduce a family and to get them comfortable enough, like, hey, this is something I want to join. Because what we're finding about millennial families is this whole join an organization is not really a compelling motivation for them. So I encourage you to try this. And again, if nothing else, just encourage your families to get together, right? So even as a retention tool, it's super easy, right? We're just planning a movie night, don't need to plan other program and buy stuff. Just come on down and have fun. And again, I think most of you, if you've been in a unit for a while, if your unit has been successful in getting that, we're a troop family or a pack family or whatever, it's probably because you just enjoy spending time together. So I would really encourage you to try some of these out.
All right, very good. Okay, and with that, I think that wraps up our general session. So we are going to get ready to head on over into our breakout rooms. So we have Gary and Brian ready to go. So guys, when we get in the breakout rooms, if you can go ahead and start the recording up in those, that would be great. As far as next month's roundtable goes, now, every September, we've usually always traditionally had kind of a fellowship night where we had hot dogs and get together, you know, back in the days when we were always meeting in person. And we're hoping to have some maybe version of that next month. So we're going to look and see how things go here. Of course, got to look at the numbers and see what's happening. So I'm just going to say right now, we are hoping to do something and maybe in-person event at the Elks Lodge in Redondo Beach. So if it happens, it'll be something where, you know, we'll try to do it outside so people can bring camping chairs and maybe some lanterns and things like that, make a fun evening out of it, and just to get together and see each other again. But again, let's see how the next few weeks play out. So, you know, if the numbers keep doing what we don't want them to do, then, you know, if it gets too risky, we'll just come right back here and we'll just do it on Zoom like we've been doing. It's been working really well. So, stay tuned and we'll kind of let you know what's going to be happening, and we'll be talking about that more and try to get that, see what we can set up here. But with that, we'll go ahead and give us a minute or two to get everybody set into the breakout rooms. Nancy, do we have our breakout rooms ready? Okay. So I think
I've opened the rooms. Everybody should be able to put themselves there. And if you're having trouble, I'll move you over.
All right. And a few of us will stick around here in the main room. If you have any other questions for us or the district or council team, we'll be here. Otherwise, if I don't see you, have a great month and we'll see you in September.
Nancy, can you move me over? I don't have that ability.
You betcha.
Thank you.